Welcome back for another video. In today's video we dig up the record books for the biggest hauls in FPL history. We always dream of catching that monster haul every season and they always seem to elude us more often than not. This video is packed with Premier League and FPL legends who put up some of the greatest individual performances the league's ever seen. Drop a comment below if you owned any of these players when they joined the record books. We'll start from lowest score to highest, and we start with Frank Lampard, who's a particularly impressive entrant, having scored 28 points not once but twice. On top of that, both of these scores came from a single game week. Lampard first scored 28 points against Derby County in Gameweek 30 of the 2007-08 season. 20 points from 4 goals, 3 points for an assist and 2 points for minutes played, plus 3 bonus points. Chelsea lost the clean sheet in the 73rd minute, and had they kept a clean sheet he would have ended up with 29 points. The second time Lampard scored 28 was against Aston Villa in a 7-1 victory in 2010. His score came from exactly the same means, but in that particular game Lampard got 2 penalties. He went on to finish that season with a staggering 284 points, coming from 22 goals and 14 assists. Over his career, Lampard was the highest scorer in FPL player 3 times and 5 times the highest scorer midfielder. Next up is the most recent entrant to the team, which is Raheem Sterling from Gameweek 36 of the 21-22 season. It was an unforgettable game week for the 2.4% of managers who owned him at the time. He scored 2 goals for 16 points versus Newcastle, and then 1 goal and 1 assist for 12 points versus Wolves, which helped Sterling reach his 50th double-digit haul of his career and a game week score of 28 points, tied with Lampard. Sterling's always been a great pick in FPL if you catch him at the right time, but under Guardiola he saw plenty of rotation and timing it right always difficult. In the 4 game weeks leading up to his 28-pointer, his scores were 2, 0, 2 and 3. As a result, almost no one picked him up, but plenty sold him right before his career best score. Next up is a name we all know, and his spot in the team is a remarkable one, having scored 29 points from a single game week. It was the 2017-18 season, the Mo Salah season, where he joined Liverpool and went on to score 32 goals, get 12 assists and break Luis Suarez's record for points in a season with 303. If you're interested in the all-time FPL Dream Team, that video will be on screen at the end. Gameweek 31 was actually a blank game week for many teams. Meanwhile, Liverpool hosted Watford and finished the game 5-0, with Salah involved in all 5 goals with 4 goals and an assist. In a single game week, it's certainly going to be one of the toughest records to ever break, and realistically 5 goals from a midfielder is the likeliest way we'll ever see this beaten. Despite appearances from Alexander-Arnold, Robertson and Van Dijk in the all-time FPL Dream Team, Matty Cash is the only defender in this list, and he joined in some style to tie Salah's 29-point score, albeit across 2 fixtures in a double game week. He was heavily involved at both ends of the pitch in Game Week 28 of the 21-22 season, up against Leeds and Southampton, where he registered 2 clean sheets, 1 goal and 1 assist for a grand total of 29 points. It was a great looking fixture pairing for Aston Villa, and sadly few managers picked him up. Instead, Luca Digne from the opposite fullback position was the popular pick, and he ended up missing the first game of the double and only got a clean sheet in the second game for a hefty 22-point swing. To make matters worse, in the game week that came immediately before the double, Cash scored a 14-pointer while Digne scored 6. Over those 2 game weeks, Cash scored 43 points to Digne's 12. If you were one of those managers, apologies if this one brings back any bad memories. Before we roll the clocks back, there's one more recent entrant to the team, which is Kevin De Bruyne. The 21-22 season was a very unique one, with coronavirus causing countless postponements due to lack of players available at the height of the pandemic. As a result, there were a record 13 double game weeks across the season. The eventual winner, Jamie Piggott, broke the record for the highest total points by a staggering 164 points, finishing on 2,844. De Bruyne had a quiet outing in the first game of the double game week with just an assist to fetch 6 points, despite City winning 5-0. No doubt De Bruyne owners feeling hard done by this point. Little did we know this was the calm before the storm. He turned up the heat in the second game against Wolves with a hat-trick inside the first 24 minutes. All 3 goals came from his supposed weaker left foot. KDB went on to complete his route with a 4th goal in the 60th minute. It was a massive swing and the KDB versus Salah captaincy call, with Salah returning just 6 points as captain versus KDB's 60. Salah had almost 5 times the ownership too, at 58% versus KDB's 12%. He finished the double with 121 BPS. There's 3 players left in our all-time standings. If you have enjoyed this video, please drop it a like and subscribe to support the channel. These videos take a long time to write and edit, so your support is appreciated. Next up is another Man City player and an FPL cult hero, Yaya Touré. In the 2013-14 season, he was a complete beast, scoring 20 goals and registering 9 assists. 6 of those were penalty goals and 4 were from free kicks. He made 36 appearances that season and helped Man City to their 2nd league title in 3 years. Touré finished the season as the third highest goal scorer, behind only Daniel Sturridge with 21 goals and Luis Suarez with 31 goals. His 31 points came from a double game week against Fulham and Man United, with a hat-trick in the first game and a goal against Man United. Over the season he recorded 34 bonus points, 241 points in total, and finishing at 10.6 mil from starting at just 8.5 mil. Yaya had scored just 18 goals in the 3 seasons combined before this season. Next up is Harry Kane, and it was his joint best goal scoring season 2016-17 where he finished the campaign with 29 goals. Kane went berserk in Gameweek 37 and registered 4 goals and 1 assist for 24 points against Leicester, and then a further goal against Man United for 7 points. He was owned by just under 900,000 managers, and he was captained by just 26.2% of those owners and 5.5% of total managers. His 5 goals and an assist puts him at 31 points for the game week. It was the season after the triple captain was first added, and just 15,000 used the chip on him. The following game week, in Game Week 38, Kane wrapped the season up in style with a hat-trick against Hull for a remarkable end to the season, with 8 goals and an assist in the final 2 game weeks. There is one final player in the list, the highest individual game week score of all time, Wayne Rooney. He scored 32 points in Game Week 22 of the 2009-10 season. It was a double game week for Man United against Burnley and Hull, and United ended up winning 3-0 and 4-0 respectively. In the first game against Burnley, Rooney got a goal and assisted Berbatov to fetch 12 points. He went on to score 4 goals in the second game against Hull to fetch a further 20 points. Unsurprisingly, both Burnley and Hull got relegated that season, and Rooney went on to win PFA Player of the Year. He picked up a yellow card in the whole game too, and otherwise would have scored 33 points. Regardless, it has been over 13 years since this game week, and the record still stands firm today. Here's a screenshot of how the game looked at the time when he scored it. The triple captain chip wasn't added until 6 years later in the 2015-16 season, but plenty of lucky managers still scored 64. And that wraps up today's video. There's a bunch of players who scored 27, 26, 25 and 24 pointers, so if you're interested in those, check the link in the description. Thank you to All About FPL for working with the channel to provide the scores. I read every comment, so drop one below and I'll be sure to read it. And if you enjoyed the video, please consider liking it and subscribe to support the channel if you're not already.